I was waiting for this opportunity to come. Hence, I was even telling, when I was showing that I've got the 205 for Kelly Kumalo, I was sure that I wanted any evidence from the state that deals with 2014. In conclusion, my Lord, before, if my colleague wants to make submissions, this witness has been confident to the extent that when he brought the first affidavit, which is DD5, suddenly there were so many alterations and changes based on the numbers in order to prove that all these accused, these numbers belong to them. So there's direct evidence according to this document that this number belongs to accused number 5, and it is the defense of accused number 5 that he was not at forced arrest.
Hi ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel Twist&Turn with Neville. Thank you very much for the love and support you've been showing me over the days, and thank you very much for everything, and even for bearing with me, because I take time to upload and to post and whatnot. But then sometimes situation is against me because I'm always and forever at work, which is why I always do these faceless videos. But when I'm at home, then that's when I sit in front of the camera. I don't know about you guys on today's video. I don't know about you. In fact, from yesterday, which was Wednesday, in fact, from Monday until Wednesday, I don't know about you. Those phone numbers they kept on reading there in that courtroom, they were giving me a headache. But then I just hope by now we are going to be getting a way forward in terms of what this trial is going to be bringing us, because for me it was pointless for the state to bring Ugos so that he can read all those phone numbers and whatnot, for the state to prove these guys they know each other, which doesn't make sense. Started the whole in fact, this was a runaround. Like I said in my previous video, this is a strategy that was introduced by the state so that they can delay and buy more time. I don't know for what. But then one question I ask myself is, why is it that the state is refused? In fact, I can also say they are refusing to bring those people who were in the house to come into the court so that they can give their own testimony or evidence or whatever. But they are choosing to go a different route. I don't know whether it's a strategy that they have put in place so that maybe it can work in their favor. But one thing for sure, and I know a lot of people are going to agree with me on this one, is that one thing for sure, whatever it is that the state is trying to build at this point, even if it can take 100 years, one thing for sure is that once the defense take a stand, that thing will be destroyed in less than 30 minutes. That's for sure. Because all those phone numbers that we kept on hearing when they were telling us that accused number 5 and accused number 3, they called each other before, does that prove, yes, they called each other, but does that prove those are the people who were inside the house who pulled the trigger when Senzo Meyiwa lost his life? Does that prove yonke leyo nto leyo? For me, I don't know for everyone else, I don't know for anyone else, but for me, that doesn't prove, because even if my phone can register in a tower that I was in the vicinity, that doesn't prove the suspects were in the house, and that doesn't prove the suspects are the one who pulled the trigger, because all this thing is going in a way that I don't even know how to put it into words, because this thing doesn't place the suspects in the house. Yes, they were in Vosloorus. They were wherever they are. But question is, are these 5 guys who are standing there, who are accused of taking out Senzo's life, the ones that pulled the trigger? And for me, I don't think these are the right guys that pulled the trigger. But then what can we say? The state is calling the shots, and every time they are going to keep on wasting time and wasting time and wasting time, because I can assure you now, even the next witness that they might call or that they are going to call, that witness is going to waste a lot of time. It's either the person who's going to come into the stand doesn't know anything, or that person, there's always something short of the witnesses that are brought by the state. But then let's wait and see how the defense is going to work this way out. It's going to work its way around the whole thing. But for me, the guys that are in the dock, they are not the guys that took out Senzo's life. But then what can we say? It's Judge Ratta's courtroom, and he's forever in a hurry to leave the courtroom so that he can go, Mosi. He also said it. In fact, it's like the new slogan now, a tavern, a tavern, a tavern. It's a new slogan for Judge Ratta. But then what can we say? It's our judge. He was appointed to preside over this trial, and then these are the proceedings. So let's keep on watching and see what was happening in Judge Ratta's courtroom.
Sorry, Ramaphosa is in Jamestown.
Okay. I don't know, my lord.
But I just want to conclude
Yes.
by saying, I just want to take you, firstly, I need your confirmation as per your evidence in chief that this number that has been receiving calls, making calls, SMSs.
Which number is that?
07.
07?
Is it 072, Mr. House? The one that you said it belongs to accused number 3. This 205.
Yes.
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 69.
You said now that was the number for accused number 3. Correct?
I didn't identify. That was given by the investigation team. That's correct.
I'm following your evidence.
Yes.
I'm not putting or testing.
I understand.
Yes,
Yes,
I'm
I
putting, as per your evidence, you said this number belongs to accused number 3. When we were asked in chief examination that he was competing with accused number 5.
That's correct, my lord.
Yes. The essence of this question is that on the 26th of October 2014 at 4 minutes past 5, this number was not at Vosloorus. Do you see that?
26th of October at
2014
yeah.
at 4 minutes past 5 in the afternoon or evening. This number,
They're on page. Where's that
Page
number?
11, my lord.
page 11.
Page 11.
Page, okay, sorry, let me just get there. Hello? Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. So you said it's 26? Yes, sir. You said it's on the 26th of
On
October.
the 26th of October
Page
2014.
11.
Page 11, my lord.
At what time? 26th
Time
October?
is 4 minutes past 5. 17:04.
4 minutes past.
5.
For how many minutes? How many seconds is it?
124, my lord.
124.
It's part in the middle
Okay, fine, yeah?
of the page.
Okay, I found it.
My question is, from that time up to the 27th of October. The 27th of October 2014. This number was not within the vicinity of phosphorus. Sorry?
Not according to the data, my lord.
Sorry?
Not according to the data, my lord. He was not in phosphorus. That's correct.
And this implies that accused number 3 was not in phosphorus from that time up to the 27th of October 2014.
I can't say that, my lord.
Yes, my lord, we object against that question. I think maybe the handset was not, the handset, but not the accused.
Yeah, that's the point.
I'm glad. I wanted to take the state on that aspect. That's the reason why I'm asking this question to this witness. This witness is an expert. This witness said he understands the towers. This witness, when he was led with confidence that accused number 3 and number 5 were communicating and gave the numbers to this court. With confidence, because the state wanted to prove that there was a communication between accused number 3 and number 5. Secondly, they wanted to prove that accused number 5 and number 3 know each other. The point that I'm driving this court to, emanating from what my colleague is saying, I did not get the philosophy behind the adducing of evidence which may or which will create a fundamental principle in a creation of a presumption.
As a court, please, my learned friend is busy with the argument.
No. It's not an argument. It's not an argument.
Let's first, Mr. Mgowenzo, let's Baloi put his
I'm
point.
replying from what Baloi was saying, madam.
Yeah, but when he wants to answer you, then you say it's not an argument, then he sits down.
Yes.
So me, I don't know who to listen to. So remember, I spoke about the tavern yesterday, or day before yesterday.
Indeed, my learned, I'm sorry about that, my lord. My learned friend is busy addressing the court and talking about the philosophy behind the leading of certain evidence. This witness cannot be of assistance as far as that is concerned. Hence, we're saying that it's a point of argument that he can perhaps raise at the conclusion of the case.
May I respond by saying, my lord? When the state introduced the evidence of the 205s, the primary aim was to prove to this court that these 5 accused persons know each other. We are talking about the evidence that they want to adduce in order to prove that accused number 1 to 5, they know each other. That's the first point. I'm talking about the physique of these accused persons. The evidence submitted to this court, as it was objected, as it constitutes irrelevancy, is that the state, as it has deviated from proving all the elements of the case, they now wanted to prove that these accused persons know each other. Number 2, the state submitted evidence in relation to the numbers that belonged to these particular accused persons. In the same, where's my document? You took it from me. Yes, in the same GG, in the same exhibit that we are reading from, there is a record document attached
Yeah.
to prove the owner of the person, the owner of the device that is reflecting in this exhibit. Accused number 1, cell number
079-379-0137
is the number that the state has led that belongs to accused number 1. It was not an assumption that this number belongs to accused number 1. It has been put as evidence by the state, and accused number 1 admitted that that number belongs to him. That question or that submission or that evidence was directed to the person of accused number 1 being the owner or the possessor of that particular device. 205s were done, especially this 205, the one that we are reading from. It's a 205 of accused number 3. We cannot turn a blind eye and say we assume that this number might be a number for accused. It's evidence brought by the state to prove that we will prove to this court that accused number 3 was in communication with other accused persons. I don't find any fallacy in my submission to say any philosophy to be created must either be understood under a presumption. If I'm in possession of this cell phone, a presumption will always be rebuttable, depending on the explanation of the person is alleged to be in possession of that cell phone. But in this case, the state has led evidence for a number of weeks, laboring on the evidence to prove that the owners of these phones belong to these accused persons. Now, if this witness, I didn't say the witness must conclude and say this, he did not compile this, but he was adamant to testify subject to that lady from Vodacom coming to confirm the contents thereof. There is no doubt that this document belongs to accused number 3. Any movement from Foslorus, because now they can see that this evidence takes accused number 3 away from the crime scene, they want to raise an objection. I was waiting for this opportunity to come. Hence, I was even telling, when I was showing that I've got the 205 for Kelly Kumalo, I was sure that I wanted any evidence from the state that deals with 2014. In conclusion, my Lord, before, if my colleague wants to make submissions, this witness has been confident to the extent that when he brought the first affidavit, which is DD5, suddenly there were so many alterations and changes based on the numbers in order to prove that all these accused, these numbers belong to them. So there's direct evidence according to this document that this number belongs to accused number 5, and it is the defense of accused number 5 that he was not at Force Lawrence.
The cell phone evidence presented before the court in Pretoria on Tuesday revealed there was a communication between two of the accused, Ncube and Ntuli, on the day Senzo was murdered. Gous told the court that the two had made contact from their cell phones about 3 times on that day. And does it prove anything? Yonke lento le ukuthi these are the guys who murdered Senzo. Does it prove anything? Two of the calls were made at 1:49 p.m. and 3:19 p.m., which is a few hours before Senzo was murdered. And they were picked up by the Vosloorus cell phone tower. And for me, again, that cell phone tower only picks up a handset, not the person. Yes, it can prove that a cell phone was in that vicinity, but was it in his possession? Can that be proven? Like the case of one of the accused who said he was in Mahlabatini, and then they said no, the guy was in Gauteng, but then they failed to dispute the fact that yes, he made those bookings and whatnot and went back home. But does everything that is presented by Gous prove that these guys were inside that house in Vosloorus? I don't know about that. This was of a particular importance because the accused had denied knowing each other when they made their first appearance in Boksburg Court in 2020. So yonke lento lesibhizi sifundana nama-phone number, yonke lento sibukela uBaloi no-Judge Rat aba-entertainer yonke le mess le. It's because they are trying to prove ukuthi these guys, they know each other, which doesn't make sense. Ukuthi bangaze bathathe a long route to prove yonke lento le, but then we might agree to disagree, because these are my opinions at the end of the day. Omunye umuntu naye can see it differently, which is always the case. Asiyiboni ngokufana yonke lento lena, and I don't blame those people, and I don't blame anyone, because even me at first, when I saw those accused, I thought these were the right guys, until I listened to previous clips and audios and do some lot of digging up, and then I realized, no man, this doesn't add up. Remember, there was also Advocate Tifo, who is the one who discovered the docket 375. If it went for Advocate Tifo, then I'd say these are the right guys for the crime. But because of Advocate Tifo discovering docket 375, that is the reason why now there's all this clash and all this thing that is going on, because a majority of the people, because this trial has brought about a division amongst the public. There are some who believe these 5 guys are the ones, and then there are some who believe no, the 5 guys are not the ones, but the people who are the accused are on the other docket, and the state is trying by all means not to bring those people who are in the house beze a court bazo testify. Even those ones who are coming, they are all saying, hey, icon, it's a lot. This trial, by the time iphela, in fact, the defense, they deserve someone who's gonna give them bells and say, hey guys, you did a great job, you did a wonderful job. Going through the documents obtained through the Section 205 application from network providers, Gous said cell phone tower evidence also revealed Bongani Ntanzi had a cell phone confiscated from him by the police while detained. Ntanzi, however, denied ever having a phone that was confiscated by the police. When Meyiwa was taken away, he was in the company of those 5 people who were in that house: Kelly, Uzandi, Longwe, the mother of Kelly, Ntombi, and all those people who were in the house. But then again, okay, fine, they found a phone, Guntanzi. What does that prove? Is he the one who pulled the trigger? Is he the one who... Yeah, I don't know. But for me, this thing, it doesn't make sense, because these guys, I don't think that they are the right guys. But then we might disagree on that one. But for me, currently, at this point, I don't think that those are the guys who are responsible for taking out Senzo's life. Those who were in the house at the time of the incident claimed Meyiwa was murdered by one of two intruders who barged into their home and demanded cell phones and money. Some of them denied being in Gauteng at the time of the murder. However, through the evidence presented, the court has already heard that all the accused had made contact, and which is not true, because when they say all the accused, doesn't mean that all of them they were in contact. Yes, some of the accused, but not all of them. But then these are my opinions. If you have anything different you share, hit me up in the comment section and let's have that engagement, let's have that conversation, let's keep it going, and I'll see you in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching the video up to this far. Thank you for all that you have done so far, and thank you for the support you've given the channel up to this far. So from me to you, I am signing out, and I say peace till the next upload.